Getting you the focus of India Today's investigation. Visuals, videos that we have, which we're going to play out on our screens, show you the extent of perks that the Wadhawan brothers, currently behind bars for a scam up to 34,000 crores, face all sorts of privileges. Let me show you. This is Kapil Wadhawan sitting inside the car, getting snacks and energy drinks delivered to him in a tray. And mind you, that's a private car that he's traveling in. Then you have someone who's also approaching there, presumably his helper, and he's seated there. You can see his hand taking things in. That's a laptop and a mobile phone that he's received with him. Now, private cars are put up in the parking lot. And remember that this is at the KEM hospital. Just a few weeks ago, the Wadhawans are visiting these private hospitals, saying they need medical treatment and it's not available at the Taloja jail. What then follows is once that visit is over, they go ahead and not just travel in their private cars, but get all of these goods delivered. There's no seizures happening. They manage to enter the jail with laptop, mobile phones and all sorts of snacks and condiments as well. Now, after this, let's show you the next sequence. This is of Dheeraj Wadhawan, his brother, Kapil Wadhawan's brother, who's also behind bars. Again, clearly seen here, there's a private car parked for him. This is at the JJ hospital, again, a few weeks ago, where you see Dheeraj Wadhawan with his family members, holding their hands, walking about, meeting whoever he wishes. And then you see that they're parking in that area, using this time where they're supposed to be undergoing treatment in a hospital. He's meeting family members, going on a walk with them, getting to chat up with them. Which other prisoner gets these kind of perks or privileges? And all of this while officials, the cops who are to escort these two men, wait in private cars for them to finish their chat, for them to finish meeting their family members. All of this is happening. That means with very much of the knowledge of jail officials and the escorts who are supposed to be keeping a keen eye on the Wadhawan brothers, taking them to hospital, bringing them back. That's not happening. They're traveling in private cars, they're meeting their family members, and then get to take a whole amount of snacks, of electronics with them back into the jail. This isn't the first time that something like this has been exposed. But let me get you more details about these videos that we've accessed. This is a special investigation by India Today, and it exposes how even behind bars, the lavish lifestyle of the Wadhawan brothers continues. All at a cost, obviously. They've bribed off officials, and hence they get these kind of VVIP perks where they're traveling in luxury cars, private vehicles, go supposedly to a hospital for treatment, and then use it as an excuse to meet family and get everything they need for a comfortable stay.
Private cars stand ready. A retinue of family members and staff await. Our camera captures it all. Two individuals accused of monumental financial fraud appearing to bask in privileges that many behind bars can only dream of. Meet Kapil Wadhawan, his brother Dheeraj Wadhawan. Two of the country's most notorious scam artists in criminal records. The former promoters of the Mumbai-based non-banking financial company Dewan Housing Finance Limited, making the most of their incarceration. The Wadhawans witnessed deeply involved in family and business discussions, finding delight in shared food, relishing coffee, employing mobile devices, and even formalizing documents. All in the parking lots of hospitals in Mumbai early August. The duo in jail, facing trial for their alleged involvement in a criminal conspiracy to cheat a consortium of 17 banks. India's biggest bank fraud of 34,614 crore rupees. Thrice bigger than the embezzlement perpetrated in the Nirav Modi case. That's not all. The two brothers caught in the web of over half a dozen CBI and police cases. Along with ongoing investigations, by the Enforcement Directorate. Yet, they have mastered the art of living behind and beyond the prison walls. Kapil and Dheeraj Wadhawan have managed to carve out a life that defies their confinement at the Taloja Central Jail on the outskirts of Mumbai. All under the pretext of medical checkups at government hospitals in the state capital.
Kapil Wadhawan's car got parked at this particular place in KM Hospital. When Kapil Wadhawan came to KM Hospital for the treatment, he spent his whole day with his family at this particular place in his car. He met with his friends, his relative, and even conducts his business by operating a mobile and a laptop in the supervision of those police officers and constables who accompanies him.
This is how it's executed. Kapil Wadhawan departed the Taloja prison bound for KEM Hospital on August 7th, purportedly for mandated medical examinations. But instead of following the protocols for jail inmates, he veered towards the hospital parking lots, where his private cars await, accompanied by family and associates. 2 days later, Dheeraj Wadhawan followed a similar pattern, leaving Taloja prison for JJ Hospital, once again on the pretext of a medical checkup. These outings, more than mere medical appointments, the Wadhawans seen enjoying meals, beverages and conversations, using laptops, mobile phones and even signing papers. All this seemingly facilitated by their police escort, who too are served snacks. The police presence remains, but it's clear that these privileges are generously allowed to these wealthy inmates accused of massive fraud. Kapil Wadhawan's access to external medical appointments startlingly frequent, based on jail and hospital documents accessed exclusively by India Today. His brother's hospital visits echo similar patterns. In July, a special court refused to interim medical bail to Dheeraj Wadhawan, but allowed him to undergo treatment at a private hospital for a heart condition. Meanwhile, cops escorting Kapil Wadhawan to and from the jail were spotted, allowing him to hold meetings throughout the day. Cops were also seen sitting in private cars of Wadhawans, while Kapil Wadhawan is seated in another car with his staff and family. The prosecution did oppose his bail plea, alleging Dheeraj Wadhawan had on an earlier occasion misused it to sell off some paintings in 2021. And in 2020, police in Maharashtra's Satara district filed a case against the Wadhawans for violating the nationwide pandemic lockdown after they travelled to Mahabaleshwar from Mumbai with a group of 20 people. Back then, the family was allegedly trying to evade probe in the Yes Bank case. IPS Amitabh Gupta, the then Principal Secretary in Maharashtra government's Home Department, issued the permission letter to the Wadhawans to travel during the lockdown. The same officer, Amitabh Gupta, now an additional Director General of Prisons in Maharashtra. A brazen case of collusion between the high-profile accused and the supporting actors, police and prison authorities, alarming questions about the accountability and integrity of the justice system. A report by Dipesh Tripathi for India Today's Special Investigation Team.